Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host, and this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. Well, this time, this is an impromptu video episode. Had a couple hours, wife away, so I thought I'll shoot another video, and so I just went, and I thought instead of showing some regular comics, I thought I would show a baker's dozen of graphic novels that I've got of various kinds. And the first one I got from 1988 is Batman, the Killing Joke. 1988 DC Comics, of course. It's famous, and just a couple years or so ago was adapted into an animated film, which I have not seen. But I remember this so much. It's beautiful artwork. Alan Moore, Brian Boland, John Higgins. Some really, really nice stuff, and had a big impact in the DC universe for quite some time. Then, still keeping with bats, A Tale of the Batman, Gotham by Gaslight from 1989. This is Brian Augustine, Mike Mignola, Craig Russell, David Hornung. Hornung? Is that how you pronounce it? This is also, I just love this one. It fits the Batman character so well. Oh, look. Teddy Roosevelt. Or is that supposed to be Commissioner Gordon? I don't know which, but it looks like Teddy Roosevelt. And then, of course, this was also, just a few years ago, made into an animated feature, or animated movie, a directed DVD. And you know, the DC animated movies are they're better than the live action movies, really. But and this was good. I've got this one on DVD, and it's really, really good. Then we get to the master of of comics continuity storytelling. Is it The Dreamer by Will Eisner? I have some other Will Eisner ones too, but I'll show you this. And of course, Will Eisner, a master visual storyteller. And that is just great. Now I forgot what year this is from. I'm not going to look for it. This was in the 80s. Of course, he is long gone now. And then that, right there on the back, if you can see it, an old photograph from the 1941 of Will Eisner himself. Lots of books. Okay, now here we have X-Men, Children of the Atom. Of course, this was originally a 6-issue miniseries, but it was told as a graphic novel. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. That's Steve Rude cover? Yeah, I think so. Oh, beautiful work. Beautiful work. Children of the Atom. Great story. I haven't read this in years. And great artwork. I gotta be careful because this is from the 90s. Oh, it's already coming apart. The glue was not very good on some of these. Yeah. Now, but this makes me think of one of the first graphic novels that I ever had was, of course, I've got The Death of Captain Marvel, And I also got, but no longer have, the great graphic novel, X-Men graphic novel of God Loves, Man Kills. And I got it from one of the first printings, earliest printings. Like, I got it shortly after it came out, so it might have been the first printing for all I know. And it'd been a long time since I read it. I can't find it anywhere, even in reprints anymore. But well, if I really looked for it, I'm sure I could. But I probably couldn't afford to buy it. But the thing is that with the first X-Men movie, a friend of my wife's, he loved the movie. He knew nothing about the X-Men, so he saw. Oh, can I borrow that? I'll read it and I'll give it right back to you. Okay, so I should have known better, because he took it to work, left it laying on his desk, and went home, and somebody stole it. It would be 40 years old, over 40 years old now, probably about 44 years old now, and no telling how much it might have been worth, because this guy, he's gone now, so it doesn't matter. But if it was somebody else's property, he could not take care of it. Okay. Then we have, again, this is also a mini series, but told as a single story. So it's a graphic novel. Superman Aliens. This is from what year was it? 96, I think they said. I think it said. I've forgotten now. And of course, if you're not familiar, great Alien, and his and you'd think, well, an alien wouldn't stand a chance against Superman because he's invulnerable, but he was vulnerable here because he was located under an orange star, so he was not as powerful. He was susceptible to alien, so, but it was good stuff. Now for a little mystery. Stan Drake, Leonard Starr, both of whom are great creators for the comic strips, and a series of mystery graphic novels starring Kelly Green. It's a beautiful artwork. This is number 1, The Go-Between. I have 2 others. I'll probably show them sometime. But you can see on the back here just some sample of some of the nice, great artwork, and it is a mystery. And this is how this gal gets involved in some mysteries and becomes a mystery solver, even though that wasn't what she was doing. I gotta make sure, because it's got some adult material, and I think this was originally for a European audience, but it's some really nice stuff. But keeping with that European stuff, here is something I know nothing about, and I just found it, and I don't think I've ever even read this. This is The Caliph's Vacation. This is one of those Belgian stuff. So it's from a series, like Lucky Luke and Asterix and those. I love those. This is The Caliph's Vacation. And it's some really magnificent artwork. Of course, it's all cartoonish, but I mean, they have these guys. They have extra. I can't even pronounce the name, so I'm not going to bother. Extra slick, very professional cartooning skills and great storytelling. I know because I've read some others, just like this one here, Leonardo. Oh, again from Belgium. Bob de Groot and Turk. Yeah, de Groot and Turk. And this is the only one I've got. It's been years since I've read this, but it's just cool and fun and funny. I love these. So when I get a chance to get some of these great, and these are all from the 80s, I think. At least the American versions were from the 80s. They might have been years earlier. And then keeping with the humor, but back to American, is The Death of Gru graphic novel. Sergio Aragones and Mark Evanier. This is from Epic Comics. And what year? Oh. Signed by Sergio. Yeah, I didn't remember that. Signed by Sergio. I also had a trading card. Had comic book creators trading card set. I had one of Sergio, and he signed that too. I can find the one that's not signed. I have no idea where the one that's signed is. But of course, I love Gru. I'll have to do an episode on Gru sometime because I love Sergio. I love Gru. Sergio Aragones. Okay. Then Pied Piper graphic album. Well, it's a graphic novel from Innovation Comics. Hero Alliance. Nice, fully colored painting by somebody Schneider from 1986. 1986. Innovation had some really nice artwork, and of course, Innovation was known for extra good girl art. Extra good girl art. Let's see if I got any of the extra good girl art here. Exotic dancer. Extra good girl art. You can even see here on the cover. Extra good girl art. I can't remember the storyline of the characters, anything like that. It's been decades since I've read any of the Hero Alliance. And keeping with heroes, another Marvel graphic novel, The Amazing Spider-Man graphic novel. Susan K. Putney and Bernie Wrightson. And this is a wraparound cover. Careful, I don't want to damage it. But you can kind of see the wraparound cover. Bernie Wrightson. Spidey. It's called Hooky. And, oh, Bernie Wrightson, all right. Look at that. Great Bernie Wrightson stuff. I didn't remember him doing Spidey. He did a lot of Batman and stuff. Then here we are, and this is an old one and a goodie, and it's falling apart. Of course, it's actually started falling apart shortly after I got it. This is Richard Corbin's Bloodstar, based on a story by Robert E. Howard. I can't remember it's been so long since I've read it. And of course, it doesn't say what story it was because he kind of turns it into science fiction. But Richard Corbin, the late Richard Corbin, wonderful, great artwork. Worked for many publishers. Did underground stuff. Worked in animation, and you name it. And had a great Hulk series that he worked on, and no, what all else? Of course, best known, of course, for doing the album cover for the Meatloaf "Bad Out of Hell" album cover. All right, maybe you can get a better look there. And of course, that cover, Richard Corbin. And then we're going to finish it up with Hard-Boiled Defective Stories. That's Defective Stories. But Charles Burns, and it was a Raw publication, Raw magazine. It's from, this copy is from '88. Yeah. And had this sort of, it's kind of detective-y, but really some weird stuff. And had an unusual but very slick, very professional style to his artwork. And I swear, to write his stuff, he had to be smoking something. But so that's what I've got for you this time. We'll finish up there. A baker's dozen of graphic novels. So I want to thank you for joining me. And so please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, comics are art.